The year is 1452. In Florence, a baby is born who will grow up to be Leonardo da Vinci, the genius who, people swear, invented the scissors. There's just one problem. 3,000 years before he drew his first breath, craftsmen along the Nile were already cutting cloth with them. And that's only where this story begins. So let's travel back to ancient Egypt, around 1,500 years before the Common Era. In the workshops along the Nile, craftsmen are making a tool that looks like a large bronze tweezer with two blades. There's no screw in the middle. Instead, a springy strip of metal joins the blades together. You squeeze, and they cut. You let go, and they open all by themselves. These spring scissors were so simple and so effective that for over 1,000 years the design barely changed at all. They spread from Egypt into Mesopotamia, into China, all across the Mediterranean world. Some blades were even shaped like the beaks of birds, a quiet echo of Egyptian religious symbolism. The real revolution arrived in ancient Rome, around the year 100. Someone, and we honestly don't know who, had an idea that changed everything. Instead of joining the blades with a spring, they crossed them and pinned them with a rivet in the middle. And just like that, the pivoted scissors were born, the direct ancestor of the ones in your drawer right now. Made of bronze or iron, they gave their owner far more control over every cut. Barbers, tailors, surgeons. Everyone instantly saw the advantage of the new design. But when the Roman Empire fell, the secret of crossed blades slipped into shadow for centuries. And this is where we reach the single biggest myth in the history of scissors: Leonardo da Vinci. The internet absolutely loves to repeat that this Renaissance genius invented the scissors. You'll find it in quizzes, in memes, even in a few textbooks. The trouble is that by the time Leonardo was born, pivoted scissors had already existed for more than 1,300 years. He sketched them in his notebooks, yes, but invent them? Not a chance. So where did the myth even come from? Probably from the simple fact that Leonardo invented so many things that people started crediting him wife everything. The helicopter? Leonardo. The parachute? Leonardo. The scissors? Well, no, not those. But the legend was just too lovely for anyone to bother fact-checking it. The true breakthrough came in 1761 in the English town of Sheffield. A craftsman named Robert Hinchliffe became the first to manufacture scissors from cast, hardened steel. Until then, every single pair was hammered out by hand, expensive and unique. Hinchliffe worked out how to mass-produce them. Identical, sharp, affordable blades for ordinary people. Sheffield became the scissor capital of the world. In the 19th century, more than 60 firms there were turning out blades of steel. English scissors found their way to tailors in Paris, to surgeons in Vienna, and to barbers in New York. But scissors didn't only evolve in Europe. In Japan, the blacksmiths who had spent centuries perfecting the art of the samurai sword turned their skill toward a brand new craft. When the age of the samurai finally came to an end, those master swordsmiths began forging scissors instead. Japanese Hasami scissors are works of art, forged with traditional techniques from a blend of different metals, exactly like a katana. Their sharpness is compared to the edge of a samurai sword. Cared for properly, a single pair can serve for generations. To this day, Japanese hairdressing scissors are considered the finest in the world. The 19th and 20th centuries brought an explosion of specialization. Surgical scissors of sterile steel, tailor's shears, wife ergonomic grips, garden shears, metal cutters. Every trade got its own version. And in 1893, Louise Austin patented pinking shears, the zigzag blades that stopped fabric from fraying. Scissors have a darker side too, in the world of superstition. In many cultures, handing someone a pair of scissors means symbolically cutting a friendship in two. The remedy? A small coin given in return. In Turkey, you never pass scissors hand to hand, and in old Europe, open scissors nailed above a doorway were said to guard the house against witches. Today, the world produces billions of pairs of scissors every year. They're in every home, every school, every hospital. And yet Sheffield, once the capital of it all, has only 2 blade factories left, both of them still running since the 18th century. The rest of the work moved to China. So just think about it. You're holding an object more than 3,000 years old. From the bronze blades of Egyptian craftsmen, through the workshops of Rome, the myth of Leonardo, the steel factories of Sheffield, all the way to the master swordsmiths of Japan. Subscribe so you don't miss the next story of an everyday thing. 2 blades, 1 rivet, 1 simple cut. At its very heart, the humble pair of scissors hasn't truly changed in 2,000 years. And maybe that's exactly why it's a quiet work of genius. Because in the end, there was never anything left to fix.